tuned into KBCS Bellevue, Seattle. Thanks for being here today on the Outskirts. And a big thank you to Joy Mills, who is here in studio with us. Hi, Joy.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. Thank you for coming in. You've had a busy year. We've been talking a little bit about how much you've been up to. Tons of shows, a new album. You're on this compilation that we'll talk about. So 2012 has been pretty good to you.
It has been a good year. I've been doing lots of different kinds of things and having great shows, the usual kind of shows and special shows and a little bit of traveling.
So, a lot of bit of traveling. And you were just, you were in Europe with Anna Coogan, right?
I was.
And so how long was that tour? And did you just get back? It was this fall.
It was in September. We were there for 3 weeks. She was there for longer than that, but I was there for the Holland and Germany tour. It was a lot of fun. We got to sing on each other's songs, and she kind of showed me the ropes over there. She's been working hard.
Well, great. Are you into Europe now? Are you going to go back? And
I'd like to go back next fall. I'm still kind of figuring that out. You know, it's not very close, so
it's pretty far away.
But yeah, it'd be fun to go back.
Well, that's great. So does that mean that you'll have a new album to promote in Europe, or will you be? So if your album this year is Trick of the Eye, which we've been playing quite a bit here on KBCS. And so is there a new one in the works so far, or? So
far, I mean, I'm always kind of looking ahead to that, but nothing is specific about it. I'm working on a bunch of songs, so I'm in the songwriting phase and trying to branch out, always trying to branch out a little bit more. And I'm hoping that maybe we'd have more of an idea of that in the new year, maybe into spring.
By branching out, do you mean style-wise, or?
Yeah, it's always hard to say how it'll work out. It's hard to not sound like yourself, as something I've said before. I mean, trying to push it too. I mean, always trying to push your boundaries and what you kind of fall back on. Or sometimes if I'm writing a song, like, oh, this sounds exactly like a combination of this song and this song that I've written. So some of it's emulating other artists that maybe are outside of the usual genres for me or where I fall in. But also, I'd like to take more of a kind of a rockin' approach and have like more of a high energy kind of a record. That'd be fun.
Well, the Trick of the Eye is on the slower side, right? And so, but it's really beautiful. And so, what kind of state were you in when you were writing this one?
That was kind of coming out of working with my band, the Starlings, and so I was definitely in kind of solo territory in terms of the whole approach. So the songs are quieter, I think, because they were written from a quieter point of view and just for myself and whoever ended up being in the studio with me. So I think that's partly where those came from. And then there were also very much songs about kind of the state of the world and thinking about kind of big issues and you know, processing those and trying to find, you know, keep the wonder, but kind of more of a stark look at reality and what's going on. So I don't know. I'm always interested in that subject material, but I would also like to have some more fun, lighter fare.
Yeah. Well, that sounds really exciting as you head into the new year here. Why don't we hear something from Trick of the Eye?
Okay. I thought I'd start with a love song. This is called Hey Valentine. Hey, 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 Valentine, time to ease your worried mind. Hey, 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 Valentine, who is given all away to me. Time is just 1, 2, and 3. Every wave falls back to sea, and every road that don't taper an end, and every echo across the span, and like an echo I hear it again. Tell me, what is fortune? Something to realize at the end of our lives, just to find all the trials and the setbacks were designed like a folded piece of paper sitting on a sill. Sail it out through the window to be still. Hey, 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 Valentine, time to ease your worried mind. Hey, 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 Valentine, who is giving all away to be free.
It's Joy Mills live on KBCS. You're tuned in to The Outskirts. That one is called Hey Valentine. Live music from her latest album, Trick of the Eye. It sounds even more beautiful in the studio here, coming straight from you, Joy. So your new album, Trick of the Eye, you'll probably be performing some of these songs at the show this weekend.
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, most of them, if not all. Plus a couple
the
new
whole
ones.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us about this Roots and Branches compilation, how you got involved with this?
Fine folks at Northwest Folklife Festival contacted me and asked if we would like to be on it. And I said we would love to. And that's pretty much how that happened. And then later they were talking about the show. And so I was like, great. It's nice to be able to do special shows like that to kind of maybe find some new people who maybe haven't heard it before. Mm-hmm. So I like doing shows like that with people I haven't met. I don't know the other bands, so I'm excited to hear them.
Well, that's great. Should be a great show. It's this weekend, this Saturday, at 7 o'clock at Columbia City Theater. A great neighborhood to go out and hear local music. So I don't know, Joy, if you saw Seattle Weekly's article today.
Nope.
I'm breaking the news to you. Okay. Your album, Trick of the Eye, was named Seattle Weekly's top country albums of 2012.
Are you serious?
Totally serious. Along with 3 other really amazing country ladies in Seattle, Brandi Carlile, Zoe Muth, and Rachel Harrington.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's really cool.
So, it shows, we used to think of Seattle as this like grunge rock city, and now it's kind of more thought of as a country music city. And in certain neighborhoods, the obvious ones, Ballard, at the Tractor Tavern. Why do you think country music is so successful here, especially for women? Just to have, I think it's at least 4 women on that top 10 country albums list that Seattle Weekly just posted. It's pretty incredible.
I wish I had a lucid, clever answer for you. I have no idea. I don't think people set out to do exactly what they do or because of a certain scene. I mean, I think sometimes scenes catch on and people kind of ride that for a while. But country music is really melodic and fun to sing. It's rainy up here. That seems like kind of
lots of emotions
cliche thing to say, but I don't really know. I imagine there's probably pockets of music circles all over the country that have a special scene going that maybe isn't quite as well known.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that in Seattle it's really easy to collaborate?
Yeah.
I say that because you've played with so many artists. We were talking about how you're playing with Anna Coogan coming up in January. Also, Zoe Muth, you've sung with her before. And even on Trick of the Eye, I think there are local musicians on this whole album, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And I had a lot of help with those songs and kind of nursing them along the way and arranging them. So definitely collaboration is awesome. And I think the more we do music and we go through the stages of our careers, I think the more collaboration comes in and out as something that kind of rekindles the fire and brings you to new people who bring out different sides of you musically and otherwise. Mm-hmm. And so it seems like a natural thing to do.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the
Thank
Seattle
you so
Weekly
much.
I thought it was so cool, you know,
that's really nice
that you were on there, and also just a lot of other women that we play here on the Outskirts.
Definitely.
So great music happening in 2012, including Trick of the Eye.
Thanks.
So why don't we hear another one?
Okay. Gosh, I had an idea and now I don't.
You're tuned into KBCS. This is the Outskirts, and we've got Joy Mills live in studio here today.
Well, just in the spirit of doing something new, I'll do something new.
Great.
This is a song. It's kind of a song about not wanting to kind of face your own particular blues. Well, I wanna walk around these blues. I've been feeling like a clown with my too big, too funny looking shoes. And I met a man who twice conveyed, if you follow it down, it's gonna hollow your days. Why don't you love me, baby, like you used to do? Still I wanna walk around these blues every morning and the afternoon, and the evening is nigh and I'm feeling low, so I'm getting high. Ought to go on down to Mexico where I had me some fun. Couple years ago I never noticed, baby, how you used to do. And I never minded a walk in the sunshine, take the long way around, catch the scenery. But you were always sitting right there in the shadows, and you were saying, I'll never call it anything except a fate complete. That I wanna walk around these blues. I put the feeling in a picture frame. We'll give it a name, but it's all been done before. It's a losing game, and after me and after you, and the world forgets crazy things we do. Will you love me, baby, like you used to do? And if you don't know, why don't you love me, baby, like you used to do?
Joy Mills on the Outskirts. This is KBCS live in studio. Well, I wanted, we got the cameras here in the studio today, and I wanted to let everybody know how awesome that new song is. Holy cow, you can hear more of that this weekend at Columbia City Theater for the Roots and Branches Folk Life Festival. It's their celebration and CD release party. And you've got When the Arrow Leaves the Bow on this compilation.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I'm throwing out a lot of information right now. This show is Saturday, the 15th, this Saturday at 7 o'clock. So you can catch Joy there live. New music. What was that one called?
Right now it's called The Walk Around Blues.
The Walk Around Blues. It was excellent. If this is what we've got coming up in 2013, I'm looking forward to it. Do you think that's kind of the direction that you're going? It's a little bit more upbeat.
Yeah, it's also definitely. It's reminiscent of a lot of things to me, but also kind of stepping into a different direction. So we'll see how we need to kind of put it all together.
So as you're writing, or you're not necessarily writing a new album, you're writing songs right now. What's your songwriting process?
It's pretty much I play around with the music a lot, and then I start singing over it, and it's something I do obviously by myself because I'm not singing words. I mean, and a lot of people do it that way, but it really works for me. Like, and I'll record things and I'll listen back, and like little phrases will sneak in, or I'm singing kind of these weird phonetics, but I can kind of pick out. Sometimes I pick out words based on the phonetic and how that kind of evokes something, and then I start piecing it together, and then it starts to form sort of a thematic idea, like with the lyrics, and then I kind of go from there.
So
sometimes I try to do it a little differently, but I always come back to that.
That's always good, though, that you're able to constantly write. So, as 2012 sort of comes to an end, the hosts here at KBCS, they've all compiled their top 10 albums of the year. What are some of your favorite releases from this year?
Well, just kind of thinking off the top of my head, I really like the new Dr. John.
That one is escaping me right now. What it's called?
I don't know either, but I know it was produced by the guy from Black Keys,
Dan Auerbach.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
A lot of my friends' albums came out, and people that I know in town, and I liked a lot of them. So, and I'm a big proponent of supporting local music. So, other than that, Anais Mitchell. She was definitely the one that really struck me this year.
She had a great show at the Tractor. The folk opera that she's in.
That was the last staged version.
Really?
Of that show.
Interesting.
Until I think it's moving on to maybe back to the theater, but that was pretty awesome.
Cool. As far as the local music scene, you're also involved in other sorts of art things that are happening around town, including the Bushwick Book Club, right? And there was a performance at the Royal Room a couple weeks ago or whatnot.
Last week, yeah.
Which book did they?
That one was a little different. It was in conjunction with the Jack Straw Productions writers program. So the writers that are part of the yearly residency, we were matched up with musicians. So I was matched up with Gabriella Danielle Frank, and I wrote my song based on a section of her writing. And so everybody else did the same thing. Yeah. And they got up and read their piece, and so you get an idea of not only the material but of their voice. And then, it was good. It was really good.
How did you get involved in that?
What was that?
How did you get involved in that? Because I think I've heard, and it's totally escaping me right now which one I've heard from you. Of a Bushwick Book Club.
Oh, probably Pride and Prejudice, maybe.
Was it Pride and Prejudice?
Yeah, the other one I did was the Poets one. Those are the three that I've done. I know the people that are involved, and then I asked Jeff, who curates it, at one point that I would like to do it, and that's basically how I've gotten involved with it. Tom, who's my partner in my band too, he does them too, and I think he's up in January for the People's History of the United States.
That would be a cool one. That's a great book. So. Excellent. Well, we're talking with Joy Mills today on The Outskirts. You're tuned into KBCS. She's going to be performing this weekend at Columbia City Theater for the Roots and Branches Folklife Celebration Festival CD release party this Saturday at 7 p.m., along with a bunch of other great artists. How much fun was it? Well, did you re-record this song for the compilation?
That was just the live version recording from the festival. Okay. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, this is a great CD. And Joy, why don't we get one more song in with you here?
Great. I think I'll play Trick of the Eye from the album. What is this trick? What is this photograph that comes to mind every time? Didn't know it was taking mine. Blazing all those trails, taking all those photographs, taking along from the roof. Didn't know it was coming soon. What is this dark room? What is this light that's coming in to break itself upon itself and leave no time for crying shame? The pencil breaks broken. The ticking of the time is when the side of the edge is thin. Tell me now, design. Tell me now, photograph. The gear is low, rolling down, blacking out across the town. Taken for a fool, but I'm skipping school, folded up, had enough. Do you know what I've been thinking of? This tripping whole dream, for all it is and all it seems, and I wrap myself inside the light. Sleepless nights and tossing beds, these are running trains inside my head. I skip the stones along the stream, no wiser for this walking dream. Yeah, I'll skip the stones along the stream, no wiser for this walking dream.
Joy Mills live in studio here on The Outskirts. That's Trick of the Eye, the title track off of her new album. And thanks for being here, Joy. It's great to see you and hear what a successful year you've had. You know, not only this Seattle Weekly's top country albums, but just all of the touring that you've been doing and the new album. It's really great.
Thank you so much, and thanks to KBCS for being so awesome.
Absolutely. Oh, no problem. And so hopefully we'll be hearing more from you in 2013 with the new stuff. Just for the listeners out there, this will be recorded and podcasted on our website at kbcs.fm. And don't forget to pick up the new Roots and Branches compilation from Folklife and head down to Columbia City Theater at 7 o'clock this Saturday to check out not only Joy Mills, but lots of other local artists and great music. 91.3 KBCS.
Well, I wanna walk around these blues. I've been feeling like a clown with my too big, too funny